Hi Scorpio, welcome to your February 2020 love reading. We're going to connect here and see what's going on for Scorpio, Sun, Moon, Rising, and yes, my darlings, of course, Venus as well. People always ask, does this apply for Venus? I am setting the intention for Venus as well. I know a lot of people like to watch their Venus sign when they are looking at love videos. I just had a card fly out of the deck, so that's a bonus card. Let's see what the bonus card is. What is the bonus card? Holy moly, this is insane. It was actually two cards that flew out together, and they both kind of mean the same thing. Three of Roses, which in traditional tarot would be Three of Wands, and that can indicate travel, expanding. And Six of Wings, which would be Six of Swords, which is travel as well. So Scorpio, opportunity, passage. There's going to be some travel in February. So, let's see what's going on, though. Those are our little bonuses. Don't tell the other signs. Let's see what's happening for Scorpio. There may be a romantic getaway for some of you, or you're just taking a little bit of trip, a little bit of like treating yourself, and you might find love on that trip, or a fling. I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what comes up here. Let's see. One more shuffle. All right. I'm gonna pull 5 cards. The cards are like all over the place. So Scorpio, maybe we're gonna be all over the place, huh? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I am a Scorpio Sun, Taurus Moon, Libra Rising. All right, Queen of Wings. This is going to be Queen of Swords. So if you are a Scorpio that has Libra, Gemini, or Aquarius anywhere in your chart, this could be elements of you coming to the forefront. This could definitely be something happening for you in terms of like a facet of your personality coming forward. But the Queen of Wings for me is very much about boundaries, and she's very clear about what she wants, where she's headed. I always say about Queen of Wings or Queen of Swords, she does not suffer fools kindly. She does not have the time for it. She does not have the patience for it. She's not going to put up with it. So Scorpio, as you're coming into February, you may be kind of, I'm even feeling like this tunnel vision. Like you're completely and totally looking full speed ahead at something you're trying to get done. And you may kind of have love on the back burner, or you may not be overly focused in love. Because Queen of Swords, she's not an overly emotional person. And maybe in the past, you've really like poured your heart into something and you've gotten burnt real bad. So you might be trying to look at love in a more logical approach as you're coming into the month of February. And it's making me actually think of something I'll get to in just a second. So when I say a logical approach, you might be kind of looking at your relationships, or you might be wanting to get out there and start dating again, or looking at an existing relationship, but you're looking at it from like a logical standpoint. Which makes me think of a conversation I had with a Libra gentleman not too long ago. And he was basically saying, like, when it comes to marriage, like, you know, this was his belief. When it comes to marriage, men don't look at love. Love has nothing to do with marriage for men, right? He's a little old school, you know, but just explaining the mentality of, like, you're just kind of looking at, like, how this person is going to play into your dynamic, how this person is going to play into where you're trying to go, what you're trying to do. So it's more of like a partnership. Like you're seeing like, you know, is this somebody that you're going to, you know, be able to accomplish things with together, or is this someone who's going to be, I hate to use the word convenient because it does not sound very nice, but just, you know, how convenient is it to be in a relationship with this person? You know, because his whole thing was like, love is not logical, love is not realistic, and you can't go on love. And I'm not saying that you're in that element entirely, Scorpio. I'm not saying where you're like completely and totally like losing all feeling and being robotic, but I do feel you're trying to be more balanced in your decisions, because Scorpios get a bad rap sometimes for, you know, kind of, you know, being, I don't know, we can be very emotional, right? And so when you really give your heart to somebody, you may just have had situations where you're like, wow, I don't want to go through that kind of situation. So you're looking at it more logically. You're trying to go into relationships more balanced, right? You may have recently learned the lesson that sometimes love isn't enough, you know? So you may be looking more logically as you're coming into your love life. I do feel for some of you Scorpios, there's something that you're doing in February. You may be preparing for travel. There may be travel coming up ahead, which may be related to and tied into your goals. So either you're looking to relocate, or you're doing something in terms of business. You're traveling for work. And there could be in these agreements and in this work, somebody that you're working with, or you're encountering on this travel or preparation for travel, that could be a significant soulmate or a significant partner for you, okay? The next card here is going to be Nine of Shells. All right. So this would be like Nine of Cups. And Nine of Cups is going to be wishes coming true. It's also something having to do with success a lot of the times. The creator of this deck has the word fulfillment here written on the bottom. So something is happening, that some wish or dream is being fulfilled. Some wish is coming true. Now, I want to clarify something for some of you. I know this might sound kind of weird, and I can't explain why it is. It just is. Queen of Wings for me sometimes, or Queen of Swords for me sometimes in a love reading, can signify a mother-in-law, like a mother or mother-in-law kind of situation. So I don't know why, but when Nine of Shells came up, or Nine of Cups, it made me think some of you are taking a relationship to the next level. You may be traveling to meet somebody's family. You may be traveling, or somebody's family may be traveling to come to meet you. Somebody may be like, you know, wanting to take you back home to show you off or introduce you. So there could be some dynamic like that for some of you. But so Queen of Wings can sometimes mean like a mother figure or mother-in-law kind of energy for me. Nine of Shells or Nine of Cups overall is fulfillment. And it's a card that when it comes up, it says some wish is coming true. Something is being fulfilled. Something is being granted. But more importantly, Scorpio, Nine of Shells or Nine of Cups is right before 10 of Cups. So I feel that a lot of you are coming into this energy in your personal life where you have your 9 cups, right? And you're looking at love like you're just looking for the cherry on top of the sundae. Like you don't necessarily feel like you're okay. Like you've got 9 cups, you're okay without the 10th. But you might be feeling like you're just looking for that one little, you know, cherry on top of the sundae, like I say. So you're just in this energy of, you know, wanting to be with somebody that's going to not get in the way of what you've worked for, I guess I want to say, and somebody who's just going to add something to your life, somebody who's going to add something unique or interesting. I feel you guys are looking for companionship and partnership. I feel, Scorpio, you're seeking out a intellectual match, somebody that's going to stimulate you mentally. Maybe you feel like, you know, you've got a lot of good things going for you, but in that whole thing that you've been working on yourself, maybe you've outgrown your friends and family, and you may look around and feel like, wow, there's just nobody I can have an interesting conversation with, or there's nobody who really kind of gets me. So you may be looking or seeking for that intellectual stimulation or that intellectual connection as well for some of you. But Nine of Shells says some wishes coming true, okay? And Nine of Shells for me, I feel there's like a sense of accomplishment. So maybe you are doing something in terms of work. Maybe you are traveling for work. You may be meeting somebody in this aspect. Somebody may be coming up to you to congratulate you, or somebody may be, you know, coming up to you that they've been following your work and they want to like exchange ideas with you and they want to talk shop, so to speak. So it could be something in that element as well. If you are in an existing relationship, this is boundaries are being set and boundaries are being respected. So positive, positive, positive. 2 thumbs up for that. Next card here. We have 5 of Roses, competition. Uh-oh, the plot thickens. The plot thickens. So this could be a situation here with the Queen of Swords, you know, like the boundaries. There could be competition. There could definitely be competition. It could be for some of you that you have You know, somebody kind of coming after your love interest, or you may have people that are competing for you. I'm gonna be honest with you, Scorpio, and I'm not like playing favorites because I'm a Scorpio. I'm just being honest, like what I'm feeling, the vibe I'm feeling. I feel it's more that you have to be cautious in February if you are happy with the person that you're seeing or the person that you meet, that you're getting to know, because this person may feel in some way like they're competing for your attention. Whether it's that you have other people that are, you know, kind of circling around you, you have other people who are interested in you and they're all trying to get at you, or if it's just that you're really busy with your life and you're really focused on your goals and things like this. If you're not careful, if you're not cautious, this is someone who might see you in that Nine of Shells in a more kind of, they're perceiving it to be negative. Like they might think that you're being like just too focused on yourself and you're just very self-fulfilled, and you're just really, you know, you're not giving them enough time, or there's not room or space in your life for them. You might be really busy and you might not be trying to make anybody feel that way. So what you're going to have to do, my darlings, is you're going to have to go ahead and, you know, make sure that you are reaching out, that person doesn't feel that it's one-sided. They're not always the one calling you. They're not always the one texting you. They're not always the one reaching out. Like, you know, take some initiative, right? That can sometimes be hard for a Scorpio to do, but take some initiative. Just so that they know, or that they know where they stand with you, because they may see you as a very powerful person, or they may see you as a very confident person, and they may not be sure like how to approach you. Like, okay, well, you know, if they want to talk to me, maybe they'll reach out to me. And I don't feel it's going to be completely on your shoulders. I don't know why, but I've noticed sometimes in the comments people go berserk because like they take it the other extreme. I'm not saying you have to chase this person. When I say take initiative, I don't mean you have to take initiative 100% of the time. I'm just saying there needs to be an exchange here. So if you're coming at me in the comments, please relax. Please know and please understand that things are not entirely one way or another. It's not always just entirely black and white, or, you know, one way or the other way. There's a lot of gray. There's a lot of in between, okay? So I'm just saying be a little bit more balanced in making sure this person doesn't feel like they're always the one trying to get contact with you or get communication with you, okay? The next card here, we have difficulty, 10 of wings. Haha, see? I told you. I said, you know, somebody might be feeling in some way like they're feeling like, you know, they're kind of competing for your attention in some way. I do feel, Scorpio, I'm going to be honest with you. And again, don't come for me in the comments. With this 10 of wings, this Queen of Wings, this 5 of Roses, this 9 of Shells. Oh gosh, people are gonna get mad at me. Scorpios have had a rough patch, okay? We had like a really rough 10 to 12 years up until a couple of years ago. And so a lot of Scorpios right now are in the phase of like rebuilding their life, and things are just barely starting to get good. Things are just barely starting to get to where we need them to be or where we want them to be. And because we had a lot of tough lessons, and because maybe we had experiences where we didn't have anybody we could depend on, we didn't have anybody we could lean on, we became very self-sufficient. And life became very much about just having to focus on ourselves and doing what we needed to do. And as a result, we may be really just kind of like, you know, take it or leave it. Like, you know, this is how it is. This is who I am, right? As you've had to be stronger, as you've had to be tougher, you've maybe been in the element or in the energy of, you know, I'm good with you or without you, right? But when this person comes in, you're going to have to pull back on that a little bit. You have to understand something. If you're trying to manifest love or a relationship or companionship, there needs to be a certain degree of vulnerability, right? Just like you don't want to be in a relationship with somebody who has the mentality of, oh, you know what, Scorpio? If you want to go, you can go right now. I'll be okay. I don't care. You don't want someone to have that approach with you. People don't want you to have that approach with them. So maybe there might be some softening of the edges. For some of you, because you've had to do a lot of things on your own and it's been, fight or flight for a long time, this 10 of wings with 9 of shells makes me feel like there may be some unhealthy coping mechanisms or some unhealthy ways of blowing off steam that you're going to have to, kind of get into control so that it doesn't affect your love life. It could be, I don't know, maybe you're doing a lot of, smoking the ganja, or maybe it's a lot of, I don't know, maybe it's just unhealthy coping mechanisms, maybe using, alcohol or some form of sedative as as a sedative, like it's just something to kind of take the edge off at the end of the day. It could be food, maybe there's really, really unhealthy eating habits. Maybe you've just been really busy, everything's been on the go, and you're putting a lot of very unhealthy things in your body. It could be sugar addiction. It could be, I don't know, maybe self-pleasuring yourself too much. It could be a lot of different things. And so there could be something that you have to do away with or begin paying attention to how that might be affecting the relationship or taking you away from being able to connect with this person. Some of you have to full on flat out end a relationship for this new relationship. And it could be somebody that comes in and out of your life, where you have this weird on again, off again. It could be an existing relationship that's been, struggling for a while, and it's time to just kind of, once and for all put it to an end. Or it could just be certain, you might have to cut people off. There might be people that, this relationship for them is the last straw as far as they see it. They might have seen you go through a lot of changes, and they may feel like you're changing a lot, or they may think you're getting a big head or something, and then now you're with this person. They're like, what, you're with that person? There could be something about this person that's very different, and people may be perceiving it as very negative. Maybe this is somebody that's from a higher class, or something very hoity-toity about them, or maybe they're of a different background, or maybe there's a big age difference. It could be a lot of different things, but you might have to say, I'm going forward with this relationship, and you can support me, or you can just shut up and go away. Maybe you'll say it a little bit nicer than that. But the overall energy I'm feeling, Scorpio, is that this is more so for the Scorpios who've been single a long time, that you've been really busy, and you've dated, and there's people you've gone out with, or people here and there. But I feel that for a lot of you, this is an actual relationship coming in, and maybe the first relationship that you've had in a long while. And so it's something you're taking seriously. You're not looking at this person as, oh, we'll just kind of, we'll pass time, we'll Netflix and chill. You're actually looking at this as a relationship. And so people might be like, wait a minute, what do you do? What do you mean you're going to be in a relationship? What do you, why are you with this person? So some of you may be having to set boundaries in that way. But I've always said this in previous readings. Anytime I've seen 10 of Swords come up, whether I'm pulling cards for myself or pulling cards for my long-term clients, I always see it come up before something really wonderful happens. And 10 of Swords is going to be some bittersweet situation that the person I'm reading for, you're the one making the decision. You're making a decision to end something, but it's opening instantly the door to something better. Instantly. We're not talking about, okay, well, we'll phase out of this cycle and then we'll wait for the new cycle to begin. You're closing one door and you're walking right through another one when I see 10 of Swords. Your next card here, my darlings, is the Hanged Man. Ooh. So the Hanged Man is going to have to do I just said you're walking through one door and not the other. So the Hanged Man is about having to make a choice, having to make a decision, and you may be stuck about it. You may be hesitating. you're hesitating to close that door. So you might be taking things slow, and you might be looking at this person or this situation or this relationship in a way where you're not in a hurry to make up your mind. Okay, and you have a lot going on in terms of career, it seems like, or other opportunities. So you may be just kind of in this energy where you're like, oh gosh, I don't know what I want to do. But look, see how the creator of this deck put attitude right here? And that's exactly what I was talking about. I was saying that you're going to kind of have to adjust your attitude here to be with this person, because you have a very badass attitude. You do have the attitude of, I don't need anybody, I don't need anything. And you know, this other person may, you know, even though it's true, right? Even though you're going to be okay with or without this relationship, you don't have to throw it in somebody else's face. Like if somebody felt like, you know, if you felt like somebody was throwing that in your face, you'd be like, okay, I don't need you either, bye, you know. So just overall, I feel this is what's happening, Scorpio. I feel there's a significant relationship coming in, or an existing relationship, if you've been partnered with somebody for a long time, is getting ready for like a next major step. Whether the next major step is having a baby or retiring together, it's coming into some new phase, and you're having to decide, is this really what I want? I think, Scorpio, that February is the month where you're making a very long-term decision about if you're going to go it alone, if you're happier single, or if you're happier in a relationship. And you might be feeling at this moment, or in the moment of watching this, you may feel very much on the fence. You may be kind of going back and forth, and you may be devoting yourself to some work or some business or some interest, activism, some form of service that is really very fulfilling to you. And so you might be thinking, well, maybe this is enough in my life. Maybe I don't need the relationship. But someone's coming in that, you know, you're going to have to make a decision. And I'm going to be very honest with you. I mean, obviously, this is a general reading, so it'll be different for different ones of you. Scorpio, I think a lot of you have had a habit, as many Scorpios do, where exes come back a lot. Right? That happens a lot to Scorpios. You know, we have a really hard time getting rid of our exes. But I feel with this person, whoever's coming in February, it's not going to be like that. So, like, if you're going to tell this person no, be sure about that. Because this isn't somebody that's going to come back later and say, hey, did you change your mind? Or, hey, you know, let's get together, let's have coffee. Like, they're not going to try again. You know, I think they'll try in February, but, you know, or going into March, you know, February, March. But then after that, if you turn this person down, that's it. They're going to move on, right? But you want somebody like that. You don't want somebody who's going to be like, you know, begging and pleading. You want somebody just as confident as you are. The same way that you would be that way, right? Like, you're not going to beg and plead, oh my God, please give me another chance. If the person doesn't want you, you move on. So in a lot of ways, you know, you have somebody coming in that's very much like you. And you're going to have to make a decision. It's going to be different for different ones of you. I can't tell you what to do, my darlings. I would suggest watching your moon sign and rising sign video. It might bring a little bit more information. You could watch your Venus. Although for me, my Venus has never resonated. And so I would just basically say, take a few months, 3 or 4 months, and watch your sun sign, moon sign, rising, and your Venus. And after a few months, you'll be able to gauge what resonates for you most, because you'll have like a track record by that point. If you don't know your moon, rising, or Venus, please go to cafeastrology.com. Takes 2 seconds. You put in your information and I'll give you all the info. Now, my dears, I don't make any money by telling you to go there, so please don't get upset. Somebody was really hurt not too long ago because they thought I was making money off people by telling you to go to that website. It's a free website. You don't pay anything, okay? I'm not making money off of it. You're not paying money to go there. It's easy to use. If anybody knows another website that you can suggest, please feel free to recommend it, but I always say Cafe Astrology because it's easy and it's fast. If you would like a private reading, I'm more than happy to read for you. You can click on the Calendly link and schedule. This could be a good time because I am having a sale, guys. I want to say thank you so much for 88,000 subscribers. I'm over 90,000 now, but when I announced the sale a few days ago, I had just hit 88,000, and a lot of people have been asking me to do half off the 60-minute videos. So I'm going to do close to half off. Instead of 150 for 60 minutes, it's going to be 88 to celebrate the 88,000 subscribers. And so that's a pretty good deal. If it's still too steep, don't you worry. I've got all kinds of readings on there at more, at lower price points. So I'm sure you might be able to find something for your budget. And even if not, maybe you're like, I only have 25 cents. I've been there. God knows I've had times in my life I didn't have 25 cents. So I know what that's like. So I'm going to keep the free videos coming. You can check out the angel messages for February. They are linked in the description of the video. The weekly forecasts will still get posted every single week. And if you need something every single day, please follow and like Amethyst Angellight on Instagram and Facebook. Every single day I post a card of the day with a message. I do a cool little pick a card, which is fun. And I'm going to be posting more affirmations, meditations, memes, helpful little things like that on the social media as well. So take advantage of those as well. I'm wishing you a fabulous February, Scorpios. Take care.